Here, there, and everywhere. People's minds are weak. People's minds are weak to lost love. Because dealing with losing somebody in a relationship, you have to be strong. And the reason why I'm saying this, because people have to learn to move on, and you're going to go through trials and tribulations dealing with marriage, dealing with a relationship. And in these times, people, they love very hard, which is nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it, but you have to learn and understand the person you are loving, because you have to understand and realize everybody not going to love you back the exact same way like you love them. But this generation have a tendency of crashing out because a woman want to leave them, or a woman want to crash out because a man want to leave them. You have to learn and understand, if a person leaves you without no explanation or no understanding, that means that person didn't love you from the gate. Understand me? And this video is for the people who going through bad relationships, that's going through a terrible breakup. Because when you're dealing with a breakup in modern culture, you have to understand the ways of dating in these times isn't the same like dating was back in the 80s and 90s. Because this generation, it's all about possessions. It's all about what you can do for me. And basically, no relationship, no marriage is not dependable. It's hard to find real love, because even when you find love, it doesn't mean there's real love, because people know how to disguise their intentions. People know how to disguise their fakeness. Because listen, these days, you can't depend on a relationship, because people will break your heart. Like, don't be surprised if a person go outside and cheat on you, because 90% of society, people are cheating on their significant other. People are cheating everywhere nowadays. Here, there, and everywhere, people are cheating. So when you find out and you lose that person, y'all break apart, you call that lost love. That's a love that is lost. And it's like some people, they just can't mentally deal with it or cope with it. You have to be mentally stable, mentally strong. You have to have strength mentally in order to deal with lost love. Understand me? Because if you don't have the mind to deal with lost love, you're going to end up crashing out. Just in case, if people don't know or understand what I mean by that, what I mean by that is, like, for example, you watch the news, you watch other content on YouTube, and other content creators are talking about a situation that took place with a marriage or a relationship where the husband crashed out by taking the life of a black sister, like a black brother is taking the life of a black sister because a black sister decided to leave them. Understand me? And there's been situations where the guys are psych out because they can't mentally take it. They'll get a weapon and take the life of a woman who chooses to move on with a life. Because guys out here are weak mentally because they can't cope with lost love. They can't cope with breaking up with a woman, or better yet, a woman breaking up with them. Most guys is not mentally built for that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to use myself as an example. Like me, I am a single black man in America. I've been single for like almost 2 years now. And me, I learned to stabilize my mind mentally. I learned not to depend on being with a woman, because you can't depend on being with a woman. You have to train your mind mentally to live single. You have to in these times, because it's like women's minds will change like the weather. Women's minds are not the same on a daily basis. One day they happy, they smiling in your face, and the next day they are evil. They are like a Jezebel. They are like a witch. You know what I mean? They turn from the color blue into the color red. So by me saying that, you have to understand women before you hop into a relationship with a woman, because you have to be prepared for ups and downs in a companionship. You have to be prepared for breakup, meaning lost love. You have to be prepared to lose a love. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if you're not prepared for that shit, you're going to psych out. You're going to crash out. Understand me? And women are the same way. There's been cases where women ran over men and took their life because the man decided to leave. You have women out there that are not mentally stable, meaning that it's a mental health crisis. So most women, they can't deal with a breakup, especially one who's overpossessive over a man, because you have some overpossessive people out there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand the situation at hand. You know, but by me being a single man, I have learned from my past relationships. I've been hurt before. It been a couple relationships in the past that I actually act out on a woman because my heart was broken. I didn't know how to deal or cope with the situation. I didn't know how to cope or deal with a breakup. But it's nothing wrong with being sad or depressed over a breakup. It's nothing wrong with that, because we all go through that. But it's like you have to do something about it to get it off your mind, like exercise or go on a walk in the park, or better yet, read a book or watch a documentary about relationships. You have to do certain things, or get out and mingle with family or somebody. You have to do something to stabilize your mind when you dealing with a breakup. You have people out there who do not know how to deal with a breakup. Instead, you have women, when they deal with a man who breaks up with them and they lost love, then a lot of women feel like, I got to do something to take this off my mind. So women will go out there and lay up with different men, sharing their bodies and souls with multiple souls, when the whole time you didn't have to do that. All you have to do is go back and try to talk to the man and get an understanding. Maybe you would have got a second chance, because some men out there will give a woman a second chance. But it's like when women deal with men who breaks up with them, meaning that's lost love, some women mentally do not know how to cope with it. So they basically blank out. They don't think straight, and they go out there and lay up with different men, trying to take the person off their mind. They try to take the breakup off their minds by drinking, getting drunk, going to the club, meeting random men, and laying up with random men. In reality, that's not the answer. Understand me? That's not the answer, man. But that's what women do. But also men do the same thing. When a woman breaks up with a man not gonna go out there and lay with multiple women. Most of the time, 90% of the time, men will react, or better yet, act out in violence by attacking the woman, flattening the woman's tires, breaking into her house and breaking up her stuff in the house, or better yet, they take the life of a woman. That's the mindset of this generation, including the younger guys. The younger guys are worse at this. That lets you know right there alone we have a mental health crisis in our community. That's how people react. People are mentally damaged. They don't know how to cope with being rejected. They don't know how to cope with disappointment. They don't know how to take a loss. But sometimes in life, you have to take a loss. You know what I mean? You have to. Because if you don't learn how to take a loss, how you going to learn how to win? How you going to learn how to be a winner if you don't know, if you don't understand or know how to take a loss? You have to. But anyway, I said a whole mouthful. You like this video? Smash the like and subscribe button. I'm going to end the video. And I'm out. Peace.